The story begins with a girl seducing a young master. She leans in and says with a sultry smile, "Your Highness, hurry and bestow your grace upon me." The young master, caught up in the moment, chuckles. "Meyer, you naughty girl!" she whispers flirtatiously. "Come, the young prince may have his way with me however he pleases." But the young master sees through her intentions. He pushes her away and starts walking off. "No! I'm about to marry your cousin. I can't let anything go wrong now." Meyer's expression darkens. She snaps, "So close." "You coward! All lust, no courage. Young Master Yen ordered me to frame you. If you run away, how am I supposed to explain this? No, this can't happen." The young master steps out under the moonlight, unaware that an assassin lurks on the roof above him, ready to strike. He smirks to himself. That woman is truly wild. What a shame. Once I've married Princess Changping, I'll come back and have some fun with her. Suddenly, the assassin strikes. The young master is killed in cold blood. His body is dragged away into the darkness. Just then, a miracle. A glowing portal opens. The protagonist, a modern-day man from Earth, emerges stunned. He looks around in shock. "My uncle's jade pendant is incredible. It actually let me travel through time. But where am I now? What era is this?" Then, he notices something that chills his blood. He sees a man, who looks exactly like himself, being dragged away by another figure. Damn! I just crossed over and I've already stumbled into a robbery? Isn't this too dangerous? Best strategy, escape. I need to get back to my own time fast. As he turns to flee, Meyer suddenly runs into him and throws her arms around him. "Your Highness! Where have you been? Why did you change clothes?" The protagonist is stunned. "What? Young prince? Who are you?" Meyer clings to him and pulls him along. "You silly man! Of course you're the young prince, the heir of the Northern King of Great Zhou." He's completely baffled. The Northern King's heir. He thinks, wait, that dead guy looked exactly like me. Could she have mistaken me for him? Meyer begins to seduce him again, getting close. "Now you won't escape. A night of passion is worth more than gold. I've sent the guards away. No one will know a thing. Your Highness, let's have fun." The protagonist's thoughts start to stir. Such beauty, offering herself to me? I'd be a fool not to take advantage. He says, "Then I won't hold back." But suddenly Meyer screams at the top of her lungs. "Help! Somebody! Your Highness, don't do this!" The protagonist freezes, shocked. "Damn it! She's playing me with a honey trap! How despicable!" Guards, holding torches, rush toward the sound. The protagonist panics. Then, Princess Changping, his fiancée, arrives with her soldiers. She glares at him. "Qin Chuan, you shameless scoundrel!" He's confused. Qin Chuan? He realizes now, the man who was killed earlier must have been Qin Chuan, and everyone thinks he is him now. Changping continues, "Don't pretend you don't know who I am. I'm your fiancée, Princess Changping." Meyer begins to sob. "I was just teaching the young prince some poetry, and he suddenly pushed me down and kissed me." Changping's fury grows. "You dare harass your fiancée's cousin? Qin Chuan, you beast in gentleman's clothing! Guards! Arrest him!" Panicking, he pleads. "Princess, this is all a misunderstanding." Changping cuts him off. "Shut up! I'll drag you back to the palace myself and have the emperor punish you with the harshest sentence." Just then, a commanding voice roars. "I'd like to see who dares!" It's Qin Xiao, the Northern King of Great Zhou. He steps forward and says, "Princess, what do you mean by this?" Changping accuses. "Your son Qin Chuan is betrothed to me, yet he acted like a beast and tried to assault my cousin." Meyer weeps. "Please, your majesty, seek justice for me." The Northern King narrows his eyes. "What trouble have you caused this time?" The protagonist thinks, this woman is a snake. But she picked the wrong person to trap this time. He kneels and pleads. Father, I've done nothing wrong. It's clearly a setup. He adds, what kind of respectable woman roams the garden at midnight to secretly meet someone? He clutches the king's leg, crying, Daddy, help me! It's terrifying! The king thinks to himself, at last, my son shows some wits. The old him would never have dared to say such things. He says, Princess, something's off here. My son may be mischievous, but he wouldn't stoop to such depravity. Chanping retorts, are you accusing my cousin of ruining her own reputation just to frame your son? I demand this engagement be called off. The king says firmly. The engagement was decreed by His Majesty. You're welcome to take it up with him. Chanping snaps. Even now, you defend this criminal? The king glares. Princess! This is the Northern King's residence. Watch your words. As for blame, let the truth be revealed first. Chanping goes silent, thinking, Qin Chuan is the empire's most decorated war general. Without proof, accusing him would be reckless. Qin Chuan turns to her and says, Princess, perhaps it's wise to investigate before jumping to conclusions. Don't let others manipulate you. Chanping scoffs. Despicable. Even without this, I'd annul the engagement. You're unworthy of me, but Qin Chuan smirks. No, no, no. I believe it's you who are unworthy of me. Chanping explodes. Ridiculous. I excel in music, chess, calligraphy, and painting. You're an uneducated, debauched fool. What makes you think you're above me? Qin Chuan turns to the king. Father, your son does have talents. I've just kept them hidden until now. Chanping sneers. Boasting, I see. I heard it took you half a year to learn just 2 lines of poetry. Qin Chuan confidently says. I can compose a poem in just 3 steps. Chanping challenges him. Tonight is a full moon. Make that the theme. Can you compose a poem before a single incense stick burns out? He says again. I can do it in just 3 steps. 1, 2. The king mutters to himself, this boy never studied, always chasing pleasures. He's bound to embarrass himself again. Chanping says mockingly, You've taken the 3rd step. Forgotten how to count already? Qin Chuan begins. When I was young, I did not know the moon, and called it a jade plate in the sky. Then I mistook it for a mirror. From the celestial palace, soaring through the clouds. Everyone is stunned, Chanping whispers. Such elegant, flawless verses. It feels like I'm drifting in a dream. Meyer gasps. So refined. No man has ever made me feel so enchanted before. The Northern King claps. Magnificent! What sorrow and beauty in each line! My son's talent is unmatched in the great Zhou. But Chanping still frowns. Humph! You must have stolen that from a great poet. There's no real talent in that. Qin Chuan smirks. Oh? And which poet exactly did I steal it from? Chanping pauses, then scoffs. Reciting poems proves nothing. My husband must be a hero, second only to the emperor. If you're truly capable, join the royal hunt 3 days from now. Take first place. Show me your worth. Qin Chuan asks. And if I win? Chanping replies. Then I'll reconsider our engagement. But if you don't place first, I'll annul it immediately. Qin Chuan smirks. That's all? She retorts. What? Scared? Not surprising. You're mocked every year. Forget first place, you can't even crack the top 10. In martial arts, you're no match for me, but Qin Chuan replies coolly. The princess is mistaken. What I mean is, if I win, I get to set the terms. And my condition is... I'll divorce you! The Northern King and Princess Chanping are stunned. Chanping gasps. What did you just say? Qin Chuan replies boldly. You heard me right. I want to divorce you. Chanping scoffs. I can break off the engagement with you, but you have no right to divorce me. Qin Chuan snaps back. Stop wasting time. Just answer me, do you dare to bet or not? If I win, I'll be the one to divorce you. And if I lose, I'll not only agree to break the engagement, I'll become a eunuch. His father, the Northern King, is alarmed. Zhou Chuan! Don't act on impulse. You're the sole heir of the Qin family, if you go through with this. But Qin Chuan waves him off. Father, a tiger doesn't raise weak cubs. You have to trust me. Chanping glares and says coldly, You want to become a eunuch? Fine. Let's bet. I request His Highness to serve as witness. The Northern King slams his hand down. Absolutely not. I can't allow this under any circumstances. Qin Chuan looks straight at Chanping. Why would I go back on my word? They're just a bunch of worthless fools. Crushing them will be child's play. Chanping declares, Your Highness, the bet has been made. There's no turning back now. Very well. I'll wait for that day. When the time comes, I'll personally castrate you. Qin Chuan smirks. Want to touch me? Too bad, you'll never get the chance. Chanping's face turns red. Who wants to touch you? Humph. How dare you mock me like this? In 3 days I'll cut off your manhood and feed it to the dogs. Let's go. Later, Qin Chuan is dressed in traditional robes of the cultivation world. His father watches him with concern. The Northern King says, Zhou Chuan, you were too reckless. Qin Chuan replies, Father, I won't disgrace you. But the Northern King points at Qin Chuan's weapon. It's not about disgrace. I'm worried about your life, your future. Qin Chuan says gently. Father, why speak like that? You'll live a long and prosperous life. His father sighs. If you marry Princess Chanping, you'll live comfortably even after I'm gone. I worry. This isn't a trivial matter. Qin Chuan thinks to himself, now I remember. The history records say the Northern King of Great Zhou died young from tetanus. No wonder he's so eager to marry me off early. The king says wearily. Sigh. It's late. We'll speak more tomorrow. Kur, escort the young master back to his room. Kur bows. Yes, Your Highness. Inside the room, Qin Chuan is exhausted. But suddenly Kur wraps her arms around him from behind. Startled, Qin Chuan asks, Kur? What are you doing? Blushing, she responds, I'm here to help the young master bathe and change. Qin Chuan stammers. Isn't that a bit inappropriate? Kur smiles softly. What's inappropriate? One day, Kur will belong to the young master anyway. Qin Chuan embraces her and thinks, that's right, as the son of a powerful king, having a few charming maids is only natural. Then he laughs and says, Kur is far better, so much better than the others. Ancient times really are wonderful. Kur tilts her head. What does brain dead mean? Qin Chuan chuckles. It means someone whose brain got squeezed by a door. Kur tears up slightly. Young master, you're so mean for saying that about the princess. But, she really is terrible. Qin Chuan responds seriously. Just wait and see. At the hunt 3 days from now, I'll make sure she regrets everything. He begins to imagine, this jade pendant brought me here. It can take me back too. With modern technology, this hunt will be child's play, time to give these ancient people a real shock. He grins to himself, and Kur notices. She thinks, young master, with that look in your eyes, are you planning something again? Qin Chuan turns to her. Kur, let me ask you something. Kur interrupts sweetly. No need to ask, young master. I'll do anything for you. Qin Chuan flicks her forehead and shoos her out. What are you thinking, silly girl? I'm planning to train for the hunt. If there's nothing else, you can go now. He adds with confidence. In 3 days, everyone will witness this young master's true strength. Kur smiles proudly. Young master is finally taking training seriously. I believe you'll shock them all. Qin Chuan nods. 3 days from now, everyone will see my power. Guard the courtyard and don't let anyone in. He shuts the door behind him. Inside the room, Qin Chuan pulls out the jade pendant. He thinks, last time, I rubbed this jade pendant. He rubs it, and suddenly, a glowing portal appears again. On the other side is modern Earth. He steps through and shouts, Uncle! His voice echoes through the room. From behind, his uncle, Qin Guofu, an antiques expert, turns around in shock. Where did you suddenly pop out from? Qin Chuan laughs. Phew! I really did travel back in time. His uncle stares at his ancient robes and exclaims. Beautiful! Truly impressive! Xiao Chuan, want to sell it? Qin Chuan rolls his eyes. Uncle, stop joking. I'm your nephew! Meanwhile, we shift to another place. A man stands furious. His name is Master Yen. Rage burns in his eyes as he slams his fist against the wall. He growls, Damn it! If Qin Chuan had died, the Northern King would have been crippled. Then my father could have seized full control of the royal court. But because of your failure, Master Yen had secretly sent an assassin to eliminate Qin Chuan. What he doesn't know is that the current Qin Chuan is not from this world. Blinded by anger, Master Yen turns his fury on the assassin. The assassin drops to one knee, trembling. Please give me one more chance. Even if it costs my life, I'll make sure he dies this time. But Master Yen raises a hand and coldly says, No rush. The spring hunt is approaching. Let's hold off on the assassination for now. Besides, I've heard that fool made a ridiculous bet with Princess Changping. If he doesn't win first place, not only will their engagement be annulled, she'll castrate him in front of everyone. He sneers. A eunuch? How could someone like that ever hope to become crown prince of the Northern King's household? The assassin chuckles darkly. Young master is wise. That loser Qin Chuan is digging his own grave. Ha! The next day, horse-drawn carriages travel down the road. Inside one of the grandest carriages, we hear elegant laughter. Seated within is a stunningly beautiful woman, Empress Ji Jintian of the great Zhou dynasty. She smiles and remarks, Qingluan, this year's hunt seems especially lively, doesn't it? Her loyal personal guard, a graceful woman named Qingluan, replies, Your Majesty, everyone's talking about the bet between Princess Changping and the Northern King's heir. Empress Ji frowns. A bet? That fool embarrassed himself at last year's hunt, and this year he dares show his face again? Qingluan responds, Apparently if the heir loses, not only will the engagement be broken, he'll be castrated and sent to the palace as a eunuch. Empress Ji scoffs. He's clearly overestimating himself. Even out of respect for the Northern King, I can't help him this time. If only another worthy Northern King could rise to serve me, then I could finally rest easy. Qingluan nods thoughtfully. The Northern Guard Duke was a once-in-a-century military genius. I had hoped his bloodline would live up to his legacy. But this heir? He's completely hopeless. She adds confidently. But your Majesty needn't worry. This year's hunt includes powerful contenders. The Prime Minister's son, the commander of the Imperial Guard's son, and elite members of the Royal Guard. These men will one day become the pillars of our empire. After the princess annuls her engagement to that useless fool, Qingluan continues, Your Majesty can help her find a husband worthy of her status. Empress Ji nods with satisfaction. That is exactly what I had in mind. Just then, a deafening roar cuts through the road. A supercar zooms past at incredible speed, overtaking their carriages in the blink of an eye. The entire group, guards, carriages, even the horses, are left shocked and speechless as dust trails behind the sleek modern vehicle. Empress Ji also stared in surprise, not knowing what exactly she had just seen. Qingluan leaned closer and said, Your Majesty, that figure riding the divine beast. I believe it was Prince Qin Chuan. Empress Ji's eyes narrowed. That prodigal fool? How could he possibly own such a magical item? Even the imperial chariot couldn't keep up with him. Maybe he's not as useless as he appears. She tapped her chin thoughtfully. I remember him being quite handsome. If he truly has power equal to the Northern King's, I must act quickly. Qingluan, take me to the hunting grounds, at once. Meanwhile, at the hunting grounds, someone greeted the Princess Changping. Greetings, Your Highness. Changping waved a hand. No need for formalities. Young Master Yen seems more reserved these days. His strength must have improved. Two noblemen nearby conversed. With young Master Yen's lion-hearted bravery, there's no way he'd fear the wild foreign horses. You flatter me, Yen said confidently. But I've heard the Turkic prince will also be participating this year. Their blood-sweating horses won't be easy to control. Master Yen added proudly. Naturally, as long as I'm here, I won't let those barbaric foreigners steal the spotlight. His father beamed. You truly are my son, unlike a certain someone. Just then, the northern king arrived with Kur, catching everyone's attention. Master Yen sneered. Humph, where is Prince Qin? Still hiding? The northern king answered calmly. My son is on his way. Chanping scoffed. That worthless fool. Whether he shows up or not doesn't matter. Master Yen grinned. It's better if he doesn't come. He'd only embarrass the great Zhou dynasty. Kur, annoyed, snapped. The young master is not the same person he used to be. Just wait and see. But Master Yen laughed. He hasn't shown himself all this time. Must be trembling in fear somewhere, probably wetting his pants. Suddenly, the sound of an engine echoed through the field. A sleek BMW pulled up, catching everyone off guard. From inside the car, Qin Chuan lazily lifted his foot onto the window and smirked. Who let this mad dog loose, barking so loud it disturbed my nap? Master Yen shouted. Qin Chuan! I can't believe you actually dared to show up. Qin Chuan smirked and replied. Why wouldn't I? The real question is, are you all part turtle? I've been waiting here for an hour. Chanping crossed her arms. Humph. Showing up early doesn't change the fact you'll humiliate yourself later. Master Yen added. Exactly. Even if you're here, you're nothing but our plaything, a dog for our amusement. Hearing this, the northern king's face darkened. Who do you think you are, to insult my son? Startled, Master Yen quickly bowed. I apologize, Your Majesty. That was rude of me. But his father scoffed. Qin Xiao, tell me, was my son wrong? Last year, your son couldn't even sit on a horse. After getting kicked a few times, he was bedridden for months. A nobleman burst into laughter. Ha ha! They say a tiger father begets no dog son, but Prince Qin isn't even as good as a dog, he only has a powerful father. As for himself? Worthless. Suddenly, Qin Chuan walked up behind a horse and smacked its rear. A bunch of bootlickers, flattering like lapdogs. The startled horse reared and threw Master Yen to the ground. Qin Chuan laughed. If this is your master, how can you look down on others? Don't worry, father. I won't be the one getting hurt this time. That's my treasured horse. Chanping, eyeing the sleek BMW, sneered. What is this pile of junk? Covered in dust, Master Yen got up, pointed at the car and mocked. Can that iron hunk even run? I bet it couldn't catch up to a pig. Qin Chuan flipped his middle finger with a grin. You're right. It couldn't catch a pig. Master Yen shouted. Who are you calling a pig? Chanping growled. Qin Chuan, stop playing with words. Once you become a eunuch, you'll still have to grovel before us. Just then, a loud announcement echoed through the grounds. Her Majesty has arrived. Everyone turned toward the arrival of Empress Ji and Qinghuan. The nobles and guards bowed in greeting, everyone except Qin Chuan, who remained standing casually. Empress Ji, not noticing him, simply waved her hand. Enough. Everyone rise. Qin Chuan, observing the elegant and powerful woman now seated on her throne, thought to himself. So this is the Empress of the great Zhou dynasty? Empress Ji took her seat, the crowd hushed, and the hunting event was about to begin. Master Yen. Your Majesty! Qin Chuan dared to look directly into your eyes without bowing or kneeling. Such insolence is a grave offense. Please, punish him as an example to all. Qin Chuan. Your Majesty, I have nothing but respect and admiration for your wisdom and strength. If that respect in my eyes is seen as disrespect by others, well, as they say, don't expect ivory from a dog's mouth. Master Yen furious. What did you say? As sharp-tongued as ever. You certainly live up to your reputation, a spoiled noble brat through and through, Your Majesty. Not only did he disrespect the court, but he also dared bring that rusted monstrosity to the royal hunt. If word spreads, our great Zhou will be a laughingstock. I beg you, disqualify Qin Chuan and expel him immediately. Empress Ji. Enough! Master Yen, smirking. As expected. Even Her Majesty sees that this eyesore is unworthy. Guards! Destroy that thing and remove it from the grounds. Empress Ji coldly. How dare you? Are you trying to teach me how to rule? Suddenly, two enormous golden dragon-shaped spiritual energies burst out from Empress Ji. The ground trembles. Everyone immediately drops to their knees in awe and fear. Empress Ji, calmly, to Qin Chuan. Qin Chuan, I've heard that if you lose this hunting competition, you'll become a eunuch. Is that true? Qin Chuan, nodding. It's true. I said it myself. Northern King, alarmed. Qin Chuan. Watch your words. Empress Ji, amused. Such a bold wager. How could I not be involved? Qin Chuan, if you lose, you won't need to become a eunuch. Just give that contraption of yours to me. Qin Chuan, grinning. Your Majesty, do you even have a driver's license? Driving without one is illegal, you know. Empress Ji looks puzzled. Qin Chuan, sighing. Never mind. So, what do I win if I succeed? Empress Ji. I'll arrange your marriage to a princess of unrivaled beauty. Qin Chuan, leaping with joy. Well then, guess I have no choice but to win. Master Yen, furious. I'll stake 300,000 taels of silver. I bet Qin Chuan will absolutely lose. Empress Ji. Excellent. It's a deal. I'll be the witness. Crowd murmurs. Bystander 1. Her Majesty will surely win. Bystander 2. Qin Chuan is nothing but trash. Meanwhile, Qin Chuan is grinning, calculating money in his head. Qin Chuan, thinking. 300,000 taels? In modern currency that's, I'm getting rich today. Announcer. The Turkic prince has arrived. Murongyun steps forward with his two aides, bowing to Empress Ji. Murongyun. Murongyun greets the Empress of the Great Zhou dynasty. Empress Ji, thinking. That horse. So vigorous. He's clearly come prepared. Murongyun. This is Red Hair, the king of all horses on the grasslands. Swift as the wind, it can travel 1,000 miles in a day. Onlooker. That's the legendary horse. The fastest in the world. Chanping, worried. Damn it. They brought Red Hair. Our Zhou soldiers are doomed. Master Yen. Don't panic. Doesn't the Northern King's son have a prize steed too? White-haired man. Indeed. Against our prince's steed, even Red Hair is nothing. Murongyun looks at Qin Chuan's BMW. Murongyun. Oh, you mean this rusted heap? It looks too heavy to even move. Master Yen. Our prince will take first place today. Murongyun, laughing. That thing? It'll be lucky to even finish. Let alone win. Qin Chuan, calmly. When I take first place, you'll realize you're worse than trash. Murongyun. Such arrogance. If you're so confident, why not place a bet with me? Qin Chuan. Gladly. Looks like I'm about to get rich, again. Murongyun. You're more arrogant than I thought. Fine, 300 of my best horses. What do you wager? Qin Chuan. 300 horses? That's it. Let's raise the stakes. How about this? Whoever loses must give up 600 miles of land and 5 cities. Do you dare? Northern King gasps and tries to silence Qin Chuan. Northern King. Little Chuan. These matters of territory aren't child's play. Those 5 cities are strategically vital. Murongyun. I could bet 5 cities, sure. But do you even have the authority to match that? Your Empress wouldn't agree. Empress Ji. I agree. Chanping. Your Majesty. You mustn't. You're trusting the reckless words of a spoiled fool. Master Yen. Qin Chuan. If we lose, 5 cities will be gone. Even 1,000 deaths won't atone. Northern King. Your Majesty, please reconsider. He's impulsive. Empress Ji. No. I trust Qin Chuan will win. Qin Chuan, thinking. Trust your people, huh? This Empress, she's something else. If I win, I'll prepare her an unforgettable gift. Murong Yin. Excellent. I just hope you don't go back on your word. Empress Ji. I always keep my word. Qingluan, announced the rules. Qingluan. Yes, Your Majesty. The hunt consists of 2 rounds. First round is a test of speed. The one who reaches the mountain summit first wins. The ranking will be based on arrival order. Everyone, take your positions. Riders mount their horses. Qin Chuan lounges in his BMW, stretching his legs. Chanping scoffs. Chanping. Qin Chuan, you'd better admit defeat now. Losing cities is a crime you can't afford. Murong Yin. How about this, kneel and bow, and I'll settle for just 3 cities. Qin Chuan, reclining with a smirk. What nonsense! I'll give you a head start, but not a single city. Qingluan. The race begins, now. The horses bolt forward. Murong Yin takes the lead. Murong Yin mocking. Better prepare those cities, Qin Chuan. Chanping glances back. Chanping. Where is he? He actually let us run ahead? Master Yan. That coward must have given up. Damn. Murong Yin is already miles ahead. I've lost my chance at first place. Qin Chuan is the sinner of the great Zhou. Chanping. Per Majesty, deceived by that brat. We've lost 5 cities for nothing. Cut to, Qin Chuan is still in his car, fixing his hair. Father. Qin Chuan. Get going! Master, is something wrong with your car? Qin Chuan, chill. Relax, Coco. I keep my word. Let them have their fun for now. Master Yan's father, furious. Northern King! This is the son you raised? He'll cost us everything. Qingluan. Your Majesty, scouts report that only the Prime Minister's son is somewhat close. Murong Yin has left everyone far behind. Onlooker. That red hair truly is unmatched. No one can beat it. Empress Ji. Qin Chuan. Are you underestimating the enemy? With a lead like this, how do you expect to catch up, especially against red hair? Master Yan's father. He's losing on purpose. Do you understand the weight of your actions? Qin Chuan. Relax. This BMW isn't just for show. Open your eyes and watch closely. Qin Chuan steps on the accelerator. His BMW roars like thunder and shoots forward like a missile. Everyone is stunned. Master Yan's father. Isn't that thing supposed to be junk? Empress Ji smiling. I knew I didn't misjudge him. Northern King laughing. Ha! This time, Qin Chuan will blow them all away. Murong Yin rode at the front of the pack, laughing arrogantly. He said, Nah. This isn't even a challenge. A bunch of useless fools dreaming of surpassing me? Go! Behind him, Master Yan struggled to keep up and cursed under his breath. Damn it! I can't catch up. That idiot Qin Chuan just handed over 5 cities to the Turkic like a gift. Changping scowled and snapped. It's all that bastard Qin Chuan's fault. He insisted on betting. And now, our great Zoli has suffered a tremendous loss. But just then, whoosh, a mysterious blur zipped past them at incredible speed. It was Qin Chuan, driving his BMW. He zoomed ahead, leaving them stunned. What the? Where did that iron rat come from? One of them shouted. How can it be so fast? Could that be Qin Chuan's iron junk? Impossible! Suddenly, Qin Chuan drifted his car wildly, spinning back around and racing past them again. Master Yan burst out laughing. Ha ha! Look at that monster spin like crazy! There's no way that useless Qin Chuan can control it. Hopefully, he crashes and dies again, just like last year, that pathetic loser. But Qin Chuan smirked and shouted back. If a son turns out bad, blame the father. So if I insult you, blame your upbringing. And with your pathetic speed, you still think you can win? Ha! Eat my dust! His BMW's exhaust fumes blasted behind him, kicking up a cloud of dust. Master Yan and Murong Yun crashed into each other and tumbled from their horses. Master Yan was fuming with rage, but far away, a guard watching the race exclaimed in shock. "Oh my heavens! The prince's divine vehicle has overtaken Murong Yun. I must report this to Her Majesty immediately." Meanwhile, Murong Yun's supporters waited anxiously near the finish line. "In this race, speed matters," one said. "But endurance is the real test." "Exactly," another agreed. "The red hare horse has unmatched stamina. Our prince is bound to win." In the royal pavilion, Empress Ji turned to Qin Chuan. "This Turkic man has a point. I must admit, I overlooked endurance. Qin Chuan, do you think Qin Chuan's iron machine can last?" Qin Chuan bowed slightly and replied, "This subordinate cannot say." Elsewhere, Master Yan's father scoffed. "There's been no word from the scouts. Qin Chuan is likely out of the race. That iron junk is all flash and no substance." Suddenly smoke rose from the distant gate. He brightened and exclaimed, "Look! That must be my son returning in triumph." Murong Yun's companion retorted, "Nonsense! It's our prince leading the charge to victory." But to everyone's shock, Qin Chuan blazed through the gates in his speeding BMW. Master Yan's father beamed, believing it was his son approaching. "My precious son!" Murong Yun's supporter muttered, "Yan Xiang, if your eyesight's failing, maybe see a doctor." Qin Chuan skidded to a stop, stepped out of his car with a confident grin, and said, "Take a proper look before shouting next time." Master Yan's father froze in shock. His eyes widened. How could it be? This worthless Qin Chuan? Where is my son, Shilin? Murong Yun's men looked around, panicking. "Where's our prince? This brat must have cheated. Turned back early just to claim first place." "Exactly. The whole race was monitored by scouts. How dare he try to fool us?" Master Yan's father shouted. "Losing is one thing, but cheating? Qin Chuan, you've brought disgrace on yourself." But Kerr stepped forward with defiance. "Our young master won fair and square. How can you slander him like that?" Murong Yun's men scoffed. "Ridiculous! He barely started. How could he possibly finish and return so quickly?" Qin Chuan said nothing. He just kept smiling. Master Yan's father turned to the Empress. "Your Majesty, Qin Chuan's dishonesty must be punished severely." Just then, a guard rushed forward, panting. "Move! Make way! Urgent report for Her Majesty," Master Yan's father sneered. "He must have caught Qin Chuan cheating, turning back early. Well, Qin Chuan, what do you have to say now?" But the moment the guard saw Qin Chuan, he froze. "Ah, Prince? Why are you here?" Master Yan's father snapped. "That's not important. Speak up and tell everyone the truth. Did Qin Chuan even make it to the far end of the course?" The Empress commanded. "Speak truthfully. Hide nothing." The guard bowed. "Yes. This subordinate personally witnessed the prince racing far ahead of Murong Yun. His steed was astonishingly fast and nimble. Even Murong Yun fell from his horse. It was truly unbelievable." The Empress was shocked. "Really?" Murong Yun's men shouted angrily. "You're lying. Our prince is strong and skilled. How could he fall? You must have been bribed by this guy." The guard snapped. "You're slandering this subordinate." Master Yan's father muttered. "Your Majesty, this whole affair is suspicious. I recommend a thorough investigation." Qin Chuan finally spoke, stepping forward. "You old fool! Always siding with outsiders. Are you hoping Her Majesty hands over 5 cities? Your loyalty is rotten to the core." Enraged, the old man barked. "I only speak the truth. If you're honest, why fear investigation?" Suddenly, someone shouted. "Look! Our prince is returning. This will settle everything." "Nobleman! Prince, this spoiled brat dares to claim he won the race. Please expose his lies before everyone." Murong Yun, scoffing. "Him? He only won by cheating. What's there to brag about? Master Yan's father. As expected. Qin Chuan, smirking. Cheating? If I remember right, you were all too slow eating my dust. Oh wait, I mean my exhaust fumes. Murong Yun angrily. Humph. You only surged ahead for a moment using that iron beast. When it comes to endurance, there's no way that thing could have finished the race so quickly. You must have taken a shortcut and looped back around to steal first place. Empress Ji calmly. Did anyone actually see Qin Chuan cross the finish line? Chan Ping hesitant. Well, no. Master Yan. Qin Chuan disrupted the race midway. That monstrous contraption went out of control and caused a scene. He's definitely under suspicion of cheating. Guard nervously. Your Majesty, I beg forgiveness. I rushed ahead to report, and didn't see him finish either. Murong Yun laughing. Ha ha. So no one can vouch for you. That means I am the true winner. As the crowd murmurs, Qin Chuan steps forward confidently and pulls out a device. Qin Chuan. Not so fast. I do have proof. This here is a dashboard camera. It recorded the entire race from start to finish. Murong Yun mocking. Nonsense. How can some tiny black box prove anything? Empress Ji curious. Qin Chuan, what exactly is this thing? Qin Chuan grinning. Your Majesty, it's a divine artifact. Or, as I like to call it, the idiot killer. Perfect for shutting up schemers and spiteful fools. Murong Yun, offended. Are you calling me a fool? Qin Chuan, grinning wider. Oh no, don't misunderstand. I wasn't talking about you. I meant all three of you. Murong Yun furious. You arrogant brat. Stop stalling and show us the evidence. Master Yan scoffing. If you really had evidence, you'd have shown it already. Master Yan's father. King Jinbei, if your son fails to prove his innocence, deceiving the Empress is a crime punishable by the execution of his entire clan. Northern King tense. Chuan, this isn't a joke. Qin Chuan calmly. Relax, father. I'm not playing games with our clan's lives. Just wait a moment. Murong Yun. Humph. If you're lying, then I am the true winner, and I'll take this city as promised. Your Majesty, surely you won't cheat, right? Empress Ji. Qin Chuan, do you have what it takes or not? 5 cities are no small matter. Qin Chuan, smiling. Your Majesty, how could a man ever admit he's incapable? The artifact is ready, please take a look. He plays the video. The camera footage clearly shows Qin Chuan winning fairly. His voice in the video says, Victory over these petty fools, done! King Jinbei, beaming with pride, his face lights up, clearly proud of his son. Murong Yun, shocked. Impossible! This must be fake, it's sorcery! Qin Chuan, to Master Yin. You saw the proof yourself, got anything else to say? Master Yin, gritting his teeth. How does a waste like you even possess such a treasure? Empress Ji. It truly is a divine artifact. Everything was clearly shown. Qingluan. Your Majesty, the truth is now undeniable. Empress Ji, raising her hand. I declare Qin Chuan the winner of the first round. Qin Chuan, mocking Murong Yun. Many thanks to Murong for his generous offering of 5 cities. Everyone, a round of applause, please. Murong Yun furious. No! I haven't lost yet. The bet was on first place in the hunt, not just the first round. Northern King. Murong Yun, don't go too far. Qin Chuan calmly. Your Majesty, father, don't worry. I'll make this broom-headed clown surrender all 5 cities willingly. Changping. Qin Chuan, don't celebrate too soon. The next round tests archery. You've got no advantage there. Master Yan. Qin Chuan. You should know your limits. Prince Murong's archery skills are unmatched in the entire Turkic nation. Even I wouldn't challenge him. What makes you think you can? Qin Chuan mocking. Do you think everyone's as worthless as you? Empress Ji. Qin Chuan, if you don't take first place in the second round, you'll still lose. Qin Chuan. No need to worry, Your Majesty. Please announce the rules. Qingluan. In the second round, each contestant must record the prey they've captured. The more dangerous and numerous the prey, the closer to victory. Master Yen loads his ornate crossbow and scoffs. Master Yen. Qin Chuan, you'd best stick to the outskirts and hunt some fat rabbits that can't run. Chanping, mocking. Oh, I still remember last year, when our dear prince was frightened by a bunny and fell off his horse. Murong, laughing. So you're just a loudmouth with no real skills. If you're scared of the second round, just admit defeat now. Qin Chuan pulls out his phone. Qin Chuan, smirking. Speaking of falling off horses, wasn't someone tossed off earlier? And still didn't die? That's one stubborn life. Murong, enraged, pulls out his whip. Murong, you won't be so lucky in the second round. Qin Chuan calmly swats the whip aside and steps in. Qin Chuan, raising his fingers like a gun to Murong forehead. Only gamblers and cowards rely on luck. Me? I rely on skill. The second round of the royal hunt begins, and soon everyone is scattered deep within the forest. Master Yen walks beside Chanping and says, "Don't worry. I'll protect you." She smiles and replies, "Thank you for your kindness, Master Yen." Then, glancing at Qin Chuan with a smirk, she adds, "But ordinary beasts pose no threat to me. I'll prove I'm far stronger than a certain loudmouth." Qin Chuan, amused, teases her. "Your sister has quite the temper. But don't worry." Before he can finish, Qinghuan glares at him and says sharply, "Do not speak rudely to Her Majesty." Qin Chuan shrugs. "Just leave it to me." Even the Northern King looks displeased, but it's Master Yan's father who explodes in fury. "Your Majesty! This insolent fool is out of control. I demand a royal decree to wipe out his entire clan." But Empress Ji calmly responds, "If the prince wins the hunt, it shall count as redemption." Master Yan's father sneers. "That useless brat? Impossible!" Later that evening, after the hunt ends, Master Yan and Chanping return with their spoils. A man rushes up to them, excited. "Young Master Yan! This time, your gains are sure to impress." Master Yan replies modestly, "Well, I got a bit injured, but I managed to bag 4 rabbits and 2 wild boars." Chanping smiles. "Young Master Yan is truly exceptional. You even took down a wild boar." "I only managed 3 rabbits. How embarrassing." "Without a doubt, you'll take first place." Master Yan laughs. "It was just pure luck." Suddenly, Murong arrives with his entourage, dragging a pile of prey behind him. With arrogance dripping from his voice, he declares, "You fool! Know your place. I hunted 4 wild wolves and 2 wild boars." Master Yan's eyes widen in shock. His jaw drops. Chanping is equally stunned. "Prince Murong will take first place again," she says, defeated. Murong scans the crowd. "Where is Qin Chuan?" "Hiding in the bushes, scared of the beasts." "Ha!" Kerr steps forward. "My master hasn't returned yet. The results aren't final." Murong laughs mockingly. "Little girl, don't be naive. This is a hunt, not a children's game." Master Yen scoffs. "That good-for-nothing couldn't even kill a chicken. He's probably been eaten by some wild beast. Someone should go collect what's left of him." The Northern King clenches his fist. "My son has changed. He will return triumphant." Murong mocks him. "Stop deluding yourself, Northern King. There's only 1 incense stick of time left. Even if he's hiding, he's still going to lose." Empress Ji silently prays, "Qin Chuan, don't disappoint me." Murong smirks. "Your Majesty, time is up. Announce the results." Just then, a roaring engine breaks the silence. Qin Chuan appears, riding his BMW motorcycle. He skids to a stop, kicking up a cloud of sand that flies straight into Murong face. Murong chokes and coughs. "Damn it! This iron junk again! One day, I'll smash it to pieces." Qin Chuan steps off the bike, holding his rifle. Master Yen sneers. "You've lost miserably, Qin Chuan. And yet you dare to show your face?" Qin Chuan smirks. Who said I lost? Murong-yun gestures to his prey. Look at this. You, a loser, catch anything? You probably faint at the sight of a rabbit. Qin Chuan replies casually. I took down a few wolves, tigers, and leopards. Nothing special. Master Yen barks. Enough lies. You're lucky to even be alive. Murong-yun jeers. What did you do? Stumble into a den of blind wolf pups? Changping snorts. That's not even worth bragging about. Hunting a rabbit would be more impressive. Empress Ji speaks up, serious now. Qin Chuan, did you really catch all that? Master Yen jumps in. Your Majesty, he's bluffing. Let Qingwan verify the results. The Empress turns to Qingwan. Qingwan, what are his results? Qingwan steps forward. Qin Chuan caught 8 wild boars, 5 wolves, 3 leopards, and 1 tiger. Gasps erupt from the crowd. Murong-yun stares stunned. Impossible. You must be mistaken. Chanding frowns. That playboy? Sure, he might get lucky with a rabbit, but this many beasts? Qingwan remains firm. I counted every kill myself. Do you doubt my word? Murong-yun falters. This. Your Majesty, something isn't right. There's no way someone like him could defeat so many beasts. Master Yen scoffs. This spoiled dandy is drained by pleasure and can't even draw a crossbow. He must have cheated. Investigate immediately. Qin Chuan calmly walks over and smacks Master Yen on the head with his rifle. Even if I fool around every day, I'm still better than you. I don't bother with a bow. I save my strength to slap fools like you. Empress Ji speaks. Qingwan, is there any issue with Qin Chuan's results? Qingwan replies. Your Majesty, I am willing to stake my life. His results are absolutely accurate. However, he didn't use a crossbow. Murong-yun snaps. I knew it. He can't use a bow. How could he possibly hunt that much? Qin Chuan shrugs. I didn't use a bow. That's true. Master Yen growls. Then how did you cheat? Admit it. Qin Chuan grins. Is it written somewhere that we must use crossbows? A real man uses this. He raises the rifle. Compared to this, your bows are nothing but toys. Murong-yun explodes. Absurd. There's nothing more powerful for hunting than a crossbow. Master Yen pleads. Your Majesty, not only did he cheat, but he's also refusing to admit it. This is disgraceful. Please punish him severely. Empress Ji looks directly at Qin Chuan. Qin Chuan, will you show me your weapon? Qin Chuan respectfully hands his weapon to Empress Ji. Of course, Your Majesty. She examines the sleek rifle in her hands and marvels. This crossbow, it's truly extraordinary. Can it really take down tigers and leopards so easily? Qingwan steps forward confidently. Your Majesty, the prince speaks the truth. The world has changed. This is the new age of weapons. I saw it myself. With a single shot, he killed both a tiger and a leopard. Hearing this, both Master Yen and Murong-yun stand frozen, jaws dropped in disbelief. Murong-yun blurts out. How is that even possible? Master Yen growls. I refuse to believe it. That good-for-nothing only relied on the weapon's power. Without it, he'd have been dead last. But Empress Ji responds calmly. To possess such a powerful crossbow and use it effectively is a skill in itself. Master Yan's father steps forward, intrigued. Qin Chuan, I never expected you to have such talent. If I were to provide you with resources, could you manufacture more of these weapons? Qin Chuan replies. Creating something like this is extremely exhausting. And besides, I hold no official rank. If I begin forging weapons in private, someone could accuse me of treason. I cannot risk dragging down 9 generations of my family. Empress Ji smiles. You need not worry. From this day forth, I appoint you as the ambassador of the Armory Bureau, with full authority over weapon development. Are you satisfied? Qin Chuan bows. In that case, I thank your Majesty for the great honor. Master Yan's father gasps. Ambassador of the Armory Bureau? Master Yen snarls. Why does this useless brat deserve such a title? Empress Ji's eyes narrow. Do you dare question my imperial decree? Both father and son instantly bow. We wouldn't dare! Qin Chuan smirks. Now then, your majesty, shall we announce the rankings for this hunt? Empress Ji nods. I hereby declare Qin Chuan as the first place winner of the spring hunt. All rewards due shall be granted in full. Qin Chuan beams with pride. But not everyone shares his joy. He turns to Murongyun and says with a sly grin, Her Majesty is a woman of her word. But I wonder, will this curly-haired prince honor his promise? Empress Ji looks to Murongyun. Prince Murong, accept your defeat. Reluctantly, Murongyun growls. Humph. It's just 5 cities. I, the Turkic prince, will hand them over. As he turns to leave, he mutters darkly to Qin Chuan. I won't forget this, Qin Chuan. Qin Chuan chuckles. Oh, please. I know I'm handsome, but I'd prefer if brutes like you didn't think about me so much. Empress Ji bursts into laughter. Murongyun turns red with rage. Who's thinking about you, you shameless fool? After Murongyun storms off, Qin Chuan turns to Master Yin. And you, young Master Yin? Master Yin stammers. What do you want? Don't push me too far. Qin Chuan lifts his rifle and says coolly. Push you? I haven't done anything yet. A man of honor accepts defeat. Or are you going to deny your promise? Does Her Majesty's word mean nothing to you? Is the Yen family planning to defy the imperial decree? Trembling, Master Yan's father takes out a gold box and hands it over to Qin Chuan's father, tears in his eyes. Fine, here. 300,000 silver taels. Qin Chuan's father accepts the treasure with a wide grin. Prime Minister Yan is so generous. Humiliated, Master Yan and his father turn and leave in silence. The Northern King laughs heartily. Ha! Truly my son! That old fox mocked me for a decade, and now he's finally lost. Empress Ji turns to Qin Chuan. You've made great contributions during this hunt. Is there any reward you wish to claim? Qin Chuan smirks. No reward needed. The real show is just about to begin. Kur, bring me ink and paper. Kur immediately obeys. Right away, young master. Here it is. Qin Chuan quickly scribbles something down and holds the paper high. Today, I, Qin Chuan, officially annul my engagement with Princess Chanping. From this moment on, we have nothing to do with each other. Gasps ripple through the crowd. Chanping's face turns red with fury. You've gone too far, Qin Chuan. Qin Chuan replies coldly. Too far? If I had lost today, wouldn't you have annulled the engagement to save face? Wouldn't that have been cruel? I'm simply returning the favor, treating you exactly how you intended to treat me. Chanping snaps. You only won by relying on that ridiculous weapon and sheer luck. Sooner or later, you'll be beaten and fall back to what you once were. Qin Chuan responds sharply. I'm afraid you'll be disappointed again. Fine, she yells. Annul the engagement. The one who'll regret it is you. Qin Chuan's voice is like ice. This isn't just an annulment. It's a divorce. You've been unfaithful, consorting with other men. I'm divorcing you. Chanping trembles. You're slandering me. Whispers rise from the crowd. The princess got dumped by that useless Qin family heir? Looks like the tides have turned. The prince shined brighter than anyone today, just like the Northern King in his youth. Empress Ji raises her voice. That's enough. The spring hunt is over. Everyone may leave. Qin Chuan stands tall, proud, and victorious. For him, this chapter is finally closed. But just as he turns to go, Empress Ji calls out. Qin Chuan, stay a moment. Qin Chuan bows slightly. Your Majesty, is there anything else you wish to discuss? Empress Ji smiles mysteriously. Yes. May I ride in your divine chariot? Qinghuan immediately objects, wary. Your Majesty, that mechanical beast's origin is unknown. It could be dangerous. Qin Chuan replies calmly. Lady Qingwan, if you're concerned, you're welcome to ride with us and protect Her Majesty personally. Changping scoffs from the side. Humph. Just a flatterer, always trying to win favors. Ke looks worried. My lord, will the young master be all right? The Northern King laughs heartily. Ha! Don't worry. Little Chuan must have impressed Her Majesty, otherwise she wouldn't summon him in private. Ke whispers. Then, does this mean the young master is about to rise to great heights? The Northern King smirks. If little Chuan can truly win her favor, I wouldn't mind not becoming the county horse. Changping clenches her fists, seething. I refuse to accept this fate. Moments later, Empress Ji climbs into the BMW with curiosity and excitement, inspecting the interior. Qin Chuan, your divine chariot, it's even more comfortable than my dragon throne. Qin Chuan chuckles playfully. There's something even more comfortable, Your Majesty. Would you like to try it? Empress Ji's smile fades, her face turning red. Qin Chuan, I may appreciate your talents, but watch your tongue. He quickly raises his hands. I didn't mean anything inappropriate. She glares. You better not. Otherwise I'll have Qingwan castrate you. Qin Chuan stiffens. And no need for that. I swear, I was only trying to help, Empress Ji commands. Qingwan, castrate this shameless rogue. Without hesitation, Qingwan draws her sword and presses it against Qin Chuan's throat. How dare you offend Her Majesty? Qin Chuan gulps. It's all a misunderstanding. I just meant, fasten your seatbelt. They sit down inside. Empress Ji frowns as she notices the unfamiliar belt. What is this? Qin Chuan explains. It's a safety device. It keeps you secure during sudden jolts. Just buckle it like this. Qingwan grumbles. From now on, let me handle matters concerning Her Majesty. Don't act so recklessly again, Qin Chuan shrugs. Relax. You're too tense. Here, listen to some music and chill. He presses a button, and music fills the air. Empress Ji and Qingwan are stunned. Incredible! Empress Ji exclaims. This divine chariot can even play music? Qingwan nods in amazement. What a beautiful melody! I thought you were just boasting, but it's all true. Qin Chuan laughs. Ha! I, Qin Chuan, am known far and wide as an honest young man. I never brag. Everyone, hold on. With that, he starts the car. It surges forward smoothly, wind rushing past them. Empress Ji's eyes light up. It truly lives up to the title Divine Chariot. Remarkable, Qingwan asks curiously. Qin Chuan, did you invent this strange machine? He shakes his head. Not exactly. I stumbled upon it by chance. Empress Ji's tone turns serious. Would you sell it to me? Name your price. I'm willing to pay handsomely. Qin Chuan hesitates, thinking, sure, it'd be cool to see the Empress driving a BMW, but she's never driven before. That's risky, he says aloud. This machine requires expert control. Even if I gave it to you, Your Majesty, it would be of no use. Empress Ji nods, thoughtful. I see, but this divine chariot, it's more powerful than the legendary red hare horse. If every cavalryman in the Great Zhou had one, we'd be unbeatable. Why should we fear the Turkic cavalry? Qin Chuan rubs his neck awkwardly. That might be a bit tricky. He pictures sleek sports cars charging across the battlefield and barely stops himself from laughing. Empress Ji narrows her eyes. You look uneasy. Is producing more of these truly that difficult? Qin Chuan replies seriously. It's extremely complicated. But forgive me for asking, why is Your Majesty so eager to obtain my car? From the back seat, Qingwan speaks up. You may not be aware, but the Turkic prince came here with the sole purpose of humiliating our great show. Even though you restored our honor, they won't accept defeat so easily. Her voice grows grim. 400,000 Turkic troops are stationed at the border. They're preparing for war to reclaim the cities they lost in the bet. It could begin any day now. Qin Chuan's expression sharpens. Oh? I thought it was something serious. He sits up straight, eyes burning with confidence. Give me 7 days, and I'll crush the Turkic cavalry. Empress Ji looks shocked. Are you certain? If you fail, that would be treason. Qin Chuan warns. Prince, you are strong, but there's no need to show off in front of Her Majesty. Qin Chuan says firmly. To serve the nation and protect the people, that is my duty. Empress Ji smiles softly. Truly worthy of being the son of the Northern King. Then Qin Chuan, while driving the BMW, says, Your Majesty, you flatter me. Empress Ji replies, But after all, this is an army of 400,000 Turkic soldiers. We'll need some equipment at the very least. Take a look at this. Qin Chuan responds, Your Majesty, if you're unwilling to make sacrifices, you'll never catch the wolf. And he thinks, as long as I have money, I can get tons of modern equipment. A mere 400,000 ancient soldiers? That's nothing. Then he says aloud, The more, the better. Gold, silver, gemstones, antiques, anything will do. Empress Ji says, Very well, from this moment on, I will give you my full support. You may take anything you need from the palace treasury. Hearing this, Qin Chuan's eyes sparkle with the vision of money, money, and more money. He says excitedly, Anything I want? Excellent. In that case. Does that mean I can even take your Majesties? Empress Ji gets angry and yells, How dare you? Qin Chuan, cut off his filthy hand and gouge out his eyes. As soon as Qin Chuan hears the order, she draws her sword and says, Yes, your Majesty. Qin Chuan panics and shouts, Wait. Don't misunderstand me, your Majesty, I was referring to. And he points to Empress Ji's crown. Immediately Empress Ji hits him on the head and scolds, Next time, say everything in one breath. Don't leave room for misunderstandings. Next scene, back in the modern world. Qin Chuan has returned to his original world. He's trying to sell a gemstone to his uncle. Smiling, he says, What do you think, third uncle? Looking at the gemstone, the uncle says, I've spent most of my life in the antiques trade, but I've never seen a gemstone this incredible. Qin Chuan says, Name your price, uncle replies. At least this number, 4 billion. Hearing the huge number, Qin Chuan's eyes pop out and he shouts, Third uncle, you're not joking, are you? 4 billion? Do you have any idea how much military equipment that could buy? Uncle says, What kind of game gear would be worth that much? Qin Chuan replies, This isn't about a game. I want to use this money to buy some tanks. The uncle is shocked. Holy shit! Are you crazy? Are you planning to conquer the world? Back to the cultivation world. Kua looks around at the crowd and says, Young master, look, it's so lively here. Suddenly, Master Yen appears and says to Qin Chuan, Well, if it isn't the Qin family's waste. Qin Chuan replies with a click of his tongue. TCH, I should have checked the calendar before stepping out today. Running into you two first thing in the morning is pure bad luck. Master Yen gets angry and yells, What did you just say? Then Changping steps forward and says, Qin Chuan, you still have the audacity to show your face? Qin Chuan says, Shouldn't you be the one too ashamed to show your face? Have you finished reading the divorce letter? Enjoyed it? Changping snaps. You've offended Prince Murong, and now his forces are gathering at the northern border. They could invade any moment. War is breaking out across the great Zhou dynasty, and it's all because of you. Qin Chuan smirks. Ha! A few Turkic barbarians dare to invade? I'll make sure none of them return alive. Master Yen scoffs. Wow, I was wondering why cows were flying in the sky. Turns out someone's just blowing a lot of hot air. 400,000 elite Turkic cavalry. Even your father, the Northern King, would have to retreat. Qin Chuan says, Do you think everyone is as foolish as you? The Turkic army? Defeating them is a simple matter. Master Yen shouts, Ridiculous. Do you even know that repelling the Turkic cavalry is ranked as the second most difficult mission on the imperial task board? Changping sneers, Qin Chuan, you got lucky winning the hunt competition, and now you think you're invincible? You're nothing but a useless fool. Qin Chuan replies calmly. Aren't they just a few imperial board tasks? Some people in the crowd whisper. Each task on this imperial board is more difficult than the last. Only a true hero could complete them. Wait. Isn't that the Qin family's notorious troublemaker? What's this worthless playboy trying to do? What? The Northern King's heir just took on the second-ranked mission? As Qin Chuan accepts the mission, a man shouts. That's an extermination mission against the Turkic army. That's practically impossible. Master Yen yells. Qin Chuan, you have no idea how high the heavens are. Even your father couldn't complete that mission. Who do you think you are? Changping says. Qin Chuan, you're just setting yourself up for disaster. Once you accept a mission, you must complete it. If you fail, you'll be executed. Qin Chuan grins and says, Who said I'm only taking one mission? Then Qin Chuan steps forward and takes on another mission. A man gasps. Wait. That mission requires defeating Goryeo chess grandmaster, Haresa, another man says. Could it be that the crown prince is an excellent chess player, hiding his true abilities? Changping laughs. He is just an idiot at chess. I've never heard that the prince can even play. What's the point of taking that mission? He's just making a fool of himself. Qin Chuan calmly replies. No, just because you haven't heard of it doesn't mean it isn't true. It only proves your ignorance. Changping yells. You dare insult me? Master Yen says. Ha! All he's good at is running his mouth. Qin Chuan, even if you know a little chess, so what? Do you even know that Haresa has dominated the chess world for over a decade and is known as the chess grandmaster? Even my master, the Duke of Yanqing, had to concede defeat to him. What makes you think you can challenge him? Qin Chuan smirks and says, If you're weak, don't blame the road for being rough. Stop whining. Master Yen explodes. Who are you calling weak? Qin Chuan says. Taking only 2 missions feels too easy. How about this? Let's take them all. And then, Qin Chuan grabs every single mission from the board and runs off. After that, we see Empress Ji, who is busy with her official work. Just then, Qingluan rushes in and says, Your Majesty! Something terrible has happened. Someone has accepted all the imperial tasks. Empress Ji looks up and says, This is good news. Who is this expert? And which task did they accept? Qingluan hesitates and says, It's the Northern King's heir. Empress Ji snaps. Ridiculous. Instead of figuring out how to deal with the Turks, he's wasting time on imperial tasks? That guy has already taken quite a few treasures from the palace recently, Qingluan adds. Your Majesty, Qin Chuan accepted all 10 imperial tasks. Empress Ji blinks in disbelief and says, All 10? Are you sure? Qingluan nods quickly. Absolutely. Many commoners are still gathered at the tavern watching the spectacle. Empress Ji says seriously. If he has the Northern King's support, Qin Chuan might manage the 2 easiest tasks. But the rest. Each one is harder than the last. Qingluan sighs and says, I'm deeply disappointed in Qin Chuan. He's too ambitious and reckless. Empress Ji, however, says thoughtfully, I don't think he's someone who brags without reason. Every time people doubted him before, he proved them wrong. Maybe he really can complete a few of these tasks? Suddenly, a royal informant rushes in and shouts, Your Majesty! The Goryeo envoys seek an audience. They've heard someone wants to challenge their chess grandmaster. The Goryeo princess has set up a chess competition at the Hongwon Academy and demands that the challenger face their grandmaster. Empress Ji fumes. A pack of ungrateful wolves. They never miss a chance to undermine our empire. If that's the case, Qingluan, issue an imperial decree. Order Qin Chuan to face the challenge immediately. Qingluan bows and says, Yes, Your Majesty. Meanwhile, on the other side, Ke rushes to the Northern King and says, My lord! Terrible news! The Northern King looks calm and asks, What made you so panicked? Ke stammers, Young master, He picked up the imperial tasks. The Northern King raises an eyebrow and says, My son picking an imperial task, why is that such a big deal? Which task did little Chuan pick? If it's the last one, that's not too difficult. With me, the Northern King's support, little Chuan will be promoted to a higher position without any problem. Kerr interrupts. No. It's... Northern King guesses. Could it be the second to last one? That one is tricky. Kerr blurts out. It's not that either. Young Master picked every single imperial task at once. As soon as the Northern King hears this, he's shocked. He exclaims, What did you just say? Utter nonsense! That rebellious son is trying to drive me to my grave! He adds in frustration. One of the tasks is a chess match against Goryeu's chess grandmaster. The young master has already gone to the Hongwon Academy to compete. How could little Chuan possibly beat a chess grandmaster? If he loses, Her Majesty will surely punish him. No! I must stop him immediately! Meanwhile, we see two men playing chess. One of them moves his pawn and says smugly, I haven't even used my full strength yet. How are you already losing? That man is none other than Haresa, the Goryeo chess grandmaster. His opponent is Jia Shuai, the Duke of Yenxing. We also see the elegant and proud Goryeo princess, who says with a cold smile, Duke of Yenxing, if you're so hesitant, you might as well just surrender. Losing to my Goryeo chess grandmaster isn't shameful. Jia Shuai's hands are trembling as he places his piece on the board. He accepts defeat. Then he bows to Empress Ji and says, Your Majesty, I accept my punishment. Empress Ji nods and says gracefully, The chess grandmaster's skills are exceptional. Few in the world could defeat him. I pardon you. The Goryeo princess smirks and says proudly, After all, chess was invented by my Goryeo ancestors. It's only natural that your great Zhou dynasty cannot compete with us. Changping, standing nearby, shouts, Chess belongs to our great Zhou dynasty. But the Goryeo princess responds mockingly, Then why is it that not a single person from your great Zhou dynasty can defeat my chess grandmaster? Just then, Qin Chuan makes his entrance and says, It's long been said that Goryeo loves to steal other cultures and claim them as their own. Seeing it today, they really are shameless beyond belief. The Goryeo princess scoffs. You ignorant fool! Even the empress of the great Zhou dynasty hasn't spoken yet. Who are you to shout like a lunatic here? Qin Chuan thinks to himself. Looks like the empress is pissed. This woman's so fierce. Sooner or later, someone's gonna pin her down on a bed, but first, I need to crush this so-called grandmaster's arrogance. Goryeo princess snaps. Where did this nameless nobody come from? You think you're qualified to challenge Lis in chess? Didn't you see your own Duke of Yenxing lose miserably? Jia Shuai chimes in. Qin Chuan, you couldn't even pass the elementary scholar exam. You have zero talent. Stop embarrassing yourself and leave. But Qin Chuan replies coldly. You old fool. Just because you're useless doesn't mean I am. Master Yen scolds him. Qin Chuan. If you want attention, pick the right place. My master is one of the top 3 chess players in Great Zhou, and even he can't beat the grandmaster. So what makes you think you can? Empress Ji warns him sternly. Qin Chuan, making a scene like this will only make Lis a laughingstock in front of foreign powers. Qin Chuan laughs. Ha! So what? Are you saying we should admit that chess was invented by Goryeo? Hearing that, Empress Ji turns and glares at Jia Shuai, who starts sweating. Jia Shuai stammers, That chess grandmaster Haresa. His skills are truly amazing. Admitting his strength, there's no shame in that, right? But Qin Chuan straight up spits in his face and says, Losing isn't the problem. What's scary is being so spineless you can't even stand up straight. Appointing you as Duke of Yenxing was a mistake. You're ruining the next generation. Jia Shuai feels humiliated beyond belief and yells. I'm so furious. I've spent decades buried in books. How dare a brat like you slander me? But Qin Chuan delivers a verbal knockout. You surrendered before even placing a piece. That just proves how cowardly you are. You lost, and now you're licking their boots, pathetic. A true scholar would rather die than bow for survival. That's called having a spine. What right do you have to call yourself virtuous? Jia Shui stammers. You arrogant little brat, I. Just then, people in the crowd whisper. Who would have thought the Duke of Yenxing would be this pathetic? This useless heir just destroyed Scholar Jia's reputation. Hearing their words, Jia Shui's soul nearly leaves his body. He starts to faint and mutters. I'm absolutely livid. Master Yan catches him. Oh. Master. Then he turns to Qin Chuan. You talk big, but you have no real skill. If you're so capable, go prove it. Chanping scolds him. Qin Chuan. What right do you have to insult the Duke of Yenxing? If you go up there, you'll just embarrass yourself worse. Qin Chuan turns to the Empress. Your Majesty, allow me to give it a try. Empress Ji says coldly. You're asking for permission? You do know the consequences of losing, right? Now, Qin Chuan and Haresa sit down at the chess table. Qin Chuan says boldly. Today, I put my hands on my hips. There is no such thing as a worthy opponent, Haresa scoffs. Arrogant. Young hotheads like you always fall the hardest. Goryeo Princess sneers. I never thought someone from Great Zhou could be this shameless. You talk big enough to pierce the sky. Looking at his pawn, Qin Chuan smirks and says, How about we make a bet? If this old man takes longer than me to make every move, you take off one piece of clothing each time. Goryeo Princess gasps. You pervert! Qin Chuan replies. Didn't you call me a liar? What's wrong, scared to bet? Haresa says confidently. Don't worry, Princess. I could beat him blindfolded. Thinking before moving? Totally unnecessary. Goryeo Princess says, Fine. I'll take that bet. But, if you take longer than him, you'll cut off a piece of your own flesh each time. Qin Chuan smirks. Since you want to play dirty, let's raise the stakes. If I win, Goryeo must publicly admit you're cultural thieves, and that everything you have was stolen from the great Zhou dynasty. Goryeo Princess says, Deal. But if you lose, your great Zhou will admit the opposite, that you stole from us. Does your Empress dare agree? Chanping nervously tells Empress Ji. Your Majesty, Qin Chuan is ignorant and talentless. He's guaranteed to lose. This is our national honor at stake. Please reconsider. Empress Ji says calmly. Qin Chuan, don't forget the promise you made to me, 7 days from now. Qin Chuan smiles. Relax. Everything is under control. Empress Ji nods. Fine. I approve. In the back, Master Yan and Chanping are fuming. Master Yan growls. Humph. You fool. You're digging your own grave. Qin Chuan smirks. So what? Are you hoping they win instead? Chanping says. I'd love to see you bring glory to our nation, but let's be real, you don't have the skill. Qin Chuan says. Then sit back and watch with your master. Maybe you'll learn something. The match begins. Haresa says. Young man, this match won't just ruin your reputation, it could cost your life. There's still time to regret. Kneel and apologize now, and I might spare you. Qin Chuan says. I think it's more likely that you will lose all your dignity, drag your princess down with you, and return to your country in disgrace. Haresa growls. You brat! Fine, if you insist on dying early, I'll grant your wish. You can move first. I wouldn't want people saying I bullied a junior. Chanping whispers. Senior chess grandmaster truly has the aura of a master. Master Yan says. If both sides are equally matched, moving first gives a major advantage. If it were my master, he might stand a chance. But it's Qin Chuan, a brat who knows nothing about chess. Even with the first move, he'll lose horribly. Qin Chuan smirks. Who asked for your pity? Letting me go first, huh? Fine. I'll let you have the first 2 moves. That way, you'll lose with no excuses. Haresa says. Ignorant brat. You don't know how to appreciate kindness. But Qin Chuan has his own plan. He pulls out his phone, secretly downloads an AI chess app, activates it, and thinks. Sorry, old man, can't blame me for being sneaky. Have fun playing against a top AI. Nana nana. He starts making super fast moves, guided by the AI. Haresa is shocked. What's going on? This kid's reactions are insanely fast. Qin Chuan leans into Empress Ji and whispers. Your Majesty, Qin Chuan's playing speed is unbelievably fast. Empress Ji smiles. Who would have thought Qin Chuan was actually skilled at chess? Goryeo Princess says. Speed means nothing in Xiangqi. The only thing that matters is winning or losing. Qin Chuan continues to play at lightning speed, a grin on his face. Haresa's hand starts trembling. Then Qin Chuan looks up at the princess and says, Goryeo Princess, the old man's already a step slower. Start taking off your clothes. The Goryeo Princess glared at Qin Chuan, her face burning with rage. But despite herself, she peeled off another piece of her clothing and snapped. I'm taking it off if you want, but when it's your turn to cut flesh, don't even think about backing out. Seeing this, the crowd started whispering. A princess actually undressed in public? Such soft, delicate skin, completely irresistible. Haresa, the Goryeo chess grandmaster, clenched his jaw, clearly fuming, but still tried to keep his focus on the game. Meanwhile, Qin Chuan calmly hummed a song and slid a pawn forward with ease. He smiled and said to Haresa, Too slow. Haresa stared at the board in shock. Sweat dripped from his forehead, and his trembling hand hesitated before making another move. Then Qin Chuan chuckled. The second piece. The Goryeo princess gritted her teeth, even angrier now, but she had no choice. She removed another piece of her clothing and snapped. Enjoy the view while you can. Let's see how long you can keep your focus. Soon enough, I'll personally dig out those eyes of yours, a woman in the crowd whispered. Strange. Qin Chuan's moves are so fast, but why does the chess grandmaster keep hesitating? Master Yan calmly explained. The faster you play, the faster you lose. Senior Ha is just being cautious, taking more time to think it through. But Qin Chuan smirked and declared. Too slow again. Falling 2 moves behind means 2 pieces of clothing, Your Highness. Or do you still refuse to admit defeat? Hearing that, the Goryeo princess panicked. But then, a plan formed in her mind. She slipped off both of her sandals and said, 2 pieces it is. Empress Ji raised a brow and said, Princess, surely you're not the type who can't handle losing, are you? The Goryeo princess replied quickly. This still counts as part of my outfit, so it doesn't violate the terms of our bet. Qin Chuan laughed. No worries. Your Majesty, even if she's wearing 10 more layers today, I'll strip her down to nothing. Then, he made another move on the board. Haresa stared, stunned. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. How could your chess skills be this incredible? Qin Chuan leaned forward and said, Old man, you're 3 moves too slow now. If you don't want your precious princess to lose every shred of her dignity, you'd better surrender right now. Or do you actually want to keep watching? The Goryeo princess shouted. Arrogant fool! Our chess grandmaster could never lose. But Qin Chuan smirked again. Oh, graceful and elegant princess of Goryeo, which 3 pieces of clothing would you like to remove next? If you refuse, you might as well concede. The princess gritted her teeth. I will never surrender. Qin Chuan offered mockingly. I can offer you a suggestion. Take off the inner layer. That way, no one will see anything inappropriate, right? The Goryeo princess clenched her fists, clearly ready to remove even more of her clothing. Haresa panicked and cried. Princess, you mustn't! Finally, Haresa burst into tears and shouted. I surrender! And with that, Haresa collapsed on the spot, unconscious. The Goryeo princess turned pale and cried out. Chess Grandmaster! Qin Chuan blinked in surprise at Haresa's collapse, then slowly pulled out his mobile device, smirked, and said, Under normal circumstances, that old man might have held out for a draw. But unfortunately for him, I forced him into a speed match. Even with a dozen brains, he couldn't outpace AI. The Goryeo princess glared at him. Qin Chuan, What kind of sorcery did you use? Master Yen snapped. Qin Chuan, what's that demonic device in your hand? Cheating your way to victory like this only brings shame to our great Zhou dynasty. Chanping joined in. Qin Chuan, can you really feel proud of winning with such underhanded tactics? But Qin Chuan shrugged. If you're incapable yourselves, that's fine. But now you're siding with outsiders? And you call that righteous? Chanping fired back. We're just being objective. You a useless fool, how could you possibly? Empress Ji suddenly shouted. Enough! Qin Chuan defeated Haresa fair and square before all eyes. That's an undeniable fact. As long as I am here, no one will twist the truth. Chanping stared in disbelief. Your Majesty, even you favor Qin Chuan? Empress Ji scoffed. Just because you're blind doesn't mean I am too. Princess Chanping snapped. He's nothing but a useless scoundrel. Why does he deserve your Majesty's favor? Qin Chuan smiled and said calmly. Your Majesty truly sees the bigger picture. Then he turned to Changning. Princess, if you still refuse to accept the truth, then you're going against Her Majesty's imperial decree. Just then, the Goryeo Princess Haresa and her followers began quietly sneaking away. But Qin Chuan's sharp eyes caught them. He suddenly called out. Anyone else? Anyone still dissatisfied, step forward. Startled, Princess Haresa dropped to her knees before him and declared, I surrender! But Qin Chuan just glanced past her, eyes narrowing. He looked at Master Yen and said, Oh, I wasn't talking to you. I asked there anyone else? Master Yen fumed. This is outrageous. So what if you can play chess? Does that make you better than the rest of us? At that moment, the Northern King rushed in, panic in his voice. Your Majesty! Please forgive my son! He acted rashly. I beg for mercy. He fell to his knees before Empress Ji, but Empress Ji only said with a smile, Northern King, you raised an excellent son. He already won. Hearing this, Qin Chuan's father looked completely stunned. Then Qin Chuan turned toward the Goryeo princess and sighed. Princess Haresa, have you forgotten? We still had one more bet to settle. Haresa clenched her fists and said reluctantly, I admit it. Chess was originally passed down to the great Goryeo dynasty from the great Zhou dynasty. Qin Chuan folded his arms. Not enough. Haresa grew red with fury. Qin Chuan had blocked his ears with earplugs, so he couldn't hear her clearly unless she yelled. So she screamed. Much of the great Goryeo dynasty's culture was plagiarized from the great Zhou dynasty. Then she growled. There! Are you happy now? Can we go? Qin Chuan smirked. You're always welcome to visit the great Zhou dynasty again. Just remember to wear more layers next time. Princess Haresa stormed off with her followers. Then Empress Ji turned to Qin Chuan, beaming. Well done, Qin Chuan! That was thoroughly satisfying. The crowd erupted. The prince is invincible. The Northern King's son is unmatched in the world. Empress Ji declared. You've earned great merit. I hereby appoint you as Imperial Scholar of the Hanlin Academy and Senior Grand Academic of the Left Spring Court. Do you have any further requests? Qin Chuan bowed. Your Majesty, I humbly suggest replacing Jia Shuai. As the Duke of Yangqing, he's doing nothing but misleading students. Master Yan's eyes widened. Qin Chuan, you've gone too far. My master has nurtured countless talents for the great Zhou dynasty. How dare you insult him? Qin Chuan stood firm. Your Majesty, I've made my request. Empress Ji raised a hand. An empress' word is law, approved. As soon as Jia Shuai heard this, rage filled his face. Then he suddenly coughed up blood and collapsed. Master Yen rushed to catch him, shouting, Qin Chuan, you've barely scraped past the first of the 10 imperial tasks. You'll never complete the rest. And when you fail, you'll be charged with deceiving Her Majesty. I'll personally make sure your head rolls. Qin Chuan didn't even blink. He smiled. That sounds familiar. Didn't you say the same thing earlier? So tell me, did I fail? Or are you just too blind to see my brilliance? Master Yen clenched his fists. Humph. Don't get cocky. The fifth imperial task is to defeat the strongest shinobi from Dongfu Kingdom. If you fail that, you won't even live long enough to be punished. You'll be dead first. Qin Chuan said smoothly. Your Majesty, I suspect this young Master Yen is a spy from an enemy nation. He constantly belittles our own people while praising outsiders. Master Yen exploded. Qin Chuan. You're slandering me. Princess Changping added. Qin Chuan, young Master Yen is just worried you're overestimating yourself and might die in vain by the enemy's hands. Qin Chuan chuckled. Oh, should I thank you? Maybe thank your ancestors while I'm at it, Master Yen shouted. If you're so brave, go challenge him now. Stop stalling, you're just trying to live a few days longer. The Northern King said. Little Chuan, the shinobi king of Dongfu Kingdom is truly formidable. Even most grandmasters can't match him. You mustn't be reckless. Qin Chuan grinned. Relax, father. He's just a mutant turtle in a ninja suit. I'll squash him with one hand. Then he turned and announced boldly. 3 days from now, I, heir of the Northern King, will face the shinobi king of Dongfu Kingdom, Lily Guqing, atop the Forbidden Peak. Everyone, be sure to come and cheer me on. Later, in a quiet chamber, Empress Ji, Qin Chuan, and Qingluan were seated. Qingluan looked worried. Prince, this is too reckless. Even if you seek fame and titles, there's no need to rush into a battle with someone that strong. Empress Ji added. Qin Chuan, this task has no time limit. Why not focus on repelling the Turkic cavalry first? Qin Chuan munched on food casually. No need to worry, Your Majesty. I've already made arrangements for the Turks. Qingluan raised an eyebrow. Not even I know of this? Qin Chuan winked. When the time is right, you'll know everything, Empress Ji sighed. And why should I entrust the fate of the great Zhou dynasty to you? Qin Chuan replied cheekily. Relax, Your Majesty. Overthinking will only give you wrinkles. Empress Ji looked mildly stunned. Then Qin Chuan picked up a cucumber and leaned in with a mischievous smile, saying, How about I give you a royal spa treatment? Empress Ji stared at the cucumber in horror. You! What exactly do you think you're doing?